Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach Today. I am so glad you're with us. It is July 10th, 2021. It is a Saturday and it is episode 4292. Super excited you're with us. We are going to get into deeping into self, and we've got some announcements to make on what's happening here a little bit. There's some new news that I'm excited to share with you. So let's get into it today. Let's rock and roll.
Thank you for listening to the free Morning Coach, CoachCast. Today's sponsor is the MorningCoach.com Productivity Belt System. With everything happening in our busy world, it's hard to stay on top of things and get anything done. This is where Morning Coach comes in. We can help you find the best productivity tools for your lifestyle and goals. You'll also be able to take a quick assessment so we know what your thought process is, so we can identify the best system for you. All you have to do is stop by morningcoach.com and you will find the free thinking assessment as well as many other tools and resources to help you. Finally, you've found the right system and coaching for you. We will see you over at morningcoach.com, where dreams become a reality. Now, back to the show.
So I got a report that the CoachCast were coming in a day earlier as far as the date goes. And it's weird because just in case you're new and you don't know how I do this, I actually record the day before. Every single day I do this. And the reason I do it the day before is because the CoachCast goes up at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just so you know. So at 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, this CoachCast goes up. And the reason is we have people in Australia, we have people in Japan. In fact, John Cunningham, who's awesome, who's doing all of our bio and introductions over in Japan, he listens first to make sure there's nothing wrong with it and actually sends me a message. So when I wake up in the morning, we make sure that the CoachCast's okay. So the idea is we want it out every day in the morning, first thing, so you can get that great energy. So for some reason, the date has been off by a little bit, and I think when I came to Indiana, because I am in Central Time, it is actually showing one day earlier. So it isn't one day earlier. It's fine. We're on the right time. But I just want you to know, because there's some people that don't listen, to all the shows and try to catch up, and then gets a little confusing. But we have huge news, and you're going to hear me talk about this a little bit at the beginning of the shows for the next week or so, because this is really important. So I use a system called Libsyn. I've been using it for years, and we use Glow for the private feed for you as a member, right? And in order for you to get the private feed, then that allows you to utilize it in other areas. And for years, I had to build this myself because there was no technology that allowed it to do it. Well, over the years, Get It Done Now and everything we built, we've moved to Kajabi. And Kajabi has its mobile app, and they really have done a good job as far as consolidating the membership, allowing you to, utilize your payments and stuff from there. And it just works, right? It just works well for everything. All of our core structure, everything is in there. Our community, everything really works well. Well, there's a huge announcement. They just announced yesterday that they now have podcasts. So I literally can put all my podcasts in Kajabi, but the issue is they create an RSS feed. So we're going to have to get you a new RSS feed. But here's what's so awesome about it. It's now every single thing is in Kajabi. Almost all of our members are in there. There's a few people that haven't re-signed up, which we need you to do at some point. But you can manage everything within the framework of this site. I'm so excited. They're also building a couple of new platforms for us to provide value to you. One is a coaching, I don't even know what it is, and the other is a newsletter platform. So this is gigantic for us because now everything is going to be in one place. Instead of us having to go into Libsyn and I have to upload this and upload it there, it can all be uploaded in one place. So I'm super excited about it. I don't know how the scheduling will work, but I'm starting to learn about it right now. They just literally implemented this and announced it yesterday. So over the next couple weeks, we can transition to have everything in one place. So I'm super, super excited. If you can't tell, it's what I've dreamed about my entire life, is having everything in one system, especially as we start getting into ILD and the new things I'm going to be teaching. It is just going to be huge. And for those of you that have been with me 15 years, 12 years, 10 years, and help me through the technology and all the different systems and things, thank you so much. We have finally, after 15 years, have one complete system where everything is contained in one. And a lot of that has to do with Kajabi and listening to us and finally building these structures that just allow us to do that. So thank you, Kajabi, and thank you for being here as we continue to grow and evolve and really make things better for you, which is awesome. Okay, so today we want to talk about digging deeper into self. And, this whole week we've been talking about connection and really about getting that right side of our brain working so that we can connect to that right side. And as we do that, it's true that a lot of the business and career building, a lot of it, you have to be creative. The more creative that you are, the better it is that you can go out and do new things. Being here in LaPorte, I'm playing golf with my stepfather, which is great. He's in his 70s, so I'm playing with a lot of older people. And yesterday morning, somebody came up to me and that we were playing with, a really nice gentleman, said, "What the hell is a podcast? I don't even know what it is." And he was an older gentleman, probably 75. And I said, "Well, it's like radio." And he said, "Well, how do I listen to it?" And I taught him how to listen to it and get it. And I told him what I did. And he was so excited about it. And it's amazing for me to think about when I started my business in my life that people had to take an iPod or a iPod player, plug it into the computer to get Morning Coach. Like, it was so weird. Like, now people just get on their phone. It's so easy. But back then, we had to teach people how to listen to this thing. And we actually had to create a private RSS feed ourselves, and we built all that technology back then. It was insane. But we had to be creative. And that's why I believe business is about opening your mind to new things and being creative. Look at NFTs. I don't know if you follow that at all, but the way you can sell those and cryptocurrencies, that's all being creative. There are so many new creative ways to be able to build. It's exciting. It's so awesome. Think about the money that was just created with the internet years ago in the late 1990, 1991, when things started to really start to grow. And then, as we got into late 80s, early 90s, man, I was on Prodigy back then, and I saw that how we could connect and do these things would have been great. And look at how they've built so much stuff that's all been about the creative side of things. It hasn't been the traditional, spreadsheet mind that has created so much new wealth and so much new opportunity. And that's what I want to help you do, specifically as we start getting in the next months. So what do you have to do? Well, I'm going to tell you this, and this is what I want you to take away from today, that half of life is knowing not what to do, knowing what you don't want. And I think this is one of the critical components of everything we teach. I am working really hard to get you very clear about what it is that you would like to manifest in your life over the next couple years, okay? You don't have to know what you want to be when you grow up, but I want to help you be able to manifest whatever it is that you want into your life. In order to do that, we have to dig deep and be very clear about what it is that you want. For me, I've always wanted a self-contained system, but I've never been able to build it. It's always been piece parts. But metaphysically, if you watch what's happening, metaphysically, it's all coming together. It's so exciting for me because I can see it. It's all my dreams, everything that I've hoped for, and it's working, and I've just had to be patient. And 15 years is a long time to be patient. But now all of a sudden, as it starts to happen, it gets exciting. It's so exciting, right? And how did I get there? Well, I realized that changing systems, right? Trying to build my own, utilizing all these different things, WordPress, etc. I understood what I didn't want. And Kajabi has asked me personally what I want. They said, "Do you want integration with a Circle community? Do you want integration with Honeycomb?" I said, "No, I've tried that. No, please put it all in one system. I want a podcast system that I can send to my members, a private system that I can send to my members, and they can get the feed through Kajabi. I want them to be able to access their belt system. I want them to be able to access the community. I want the community better, which they're working on, and I want them to be able to connect and with the education and the tools and the resources we have. And that's what they've come up with. And they're coming up with some things that I don't even know that other people have requested that is going to allow us to help you and me allow this message to get out better. It's so exciting. You are at the beginning of something that is just unbelievable. And it's really exciting, and I really appreciate you being here. And I appreciate the struggles because you can see, I've always said that Morning Coach in my life is a great example of living. In fact, Get Out of Neutral, right? The book that I'm rewriting. Basically what I'm doing, and I don't think anybody's ever done this, I'm rewriting it, and I'm going through each chapter, and I'm talking about how much it affected my life and if it worked or didn't work. So it's like, okay, this is what I said to do. Did it work or didn't work? And exactly what happened from the ideas and get out of neutral. It's really fun. And I don't know if anybody's wrote a book like that. So it's like, okay, here was a chapter, read chapter 1 and get it out of neutral. And then this is what happened with that philosophy 15 years later. Does it work or does it not? And that's what's so powerful. The power is in the example, in what we're doing. And that's what I'm saying. So what I want you to think about this weekend is take some risks. Start figuring out what it is you do not want. What are the things that, you're doing that you're like, man, I don't want to do that. That's something I did not enjoy, right? Cheesecake, Khalid. Remember, for years, I did not try cheesecake. Why? Because I like cheddar cheese. And I was like, who would eat cheddar cheese on a cake? I never knew what a cheesecake was until somebody said, you got to eat one. And I closed my eyes like, oh my gosh, I want to eat cheesecake, in my 30s. And I ate it and I was like, oh, this is great. This is the cheesecake. I thought it was cheddar cheesecake. How funny is that, right? But that's why I didn't do it. I never took the chance to go, okay, let me try it. Okay, I didn't like that. Now, there's always risk. I'm not going to go eat a blowfish to see if I like it. That's me. I'm not going to jump out of a perfect good airplane. That's just me. Okay, you may like some of that adrenaline stuff. I don't. But what I'm always trying to find out is, what are the things that I need to do to make my life better? What do I enjoy? What are the things that I just absolutely enjoy? Scoring at golf, I enjoy. So if I enjoy that, how do I get better? What is the process? I shot an 82, which is pretty good. Almost had a hole-in-one yesterday. First one ever, 1 to 2 inches away from the hole. Just didn't roll in. I'm enjoying playing good golf. So that means I got to get better, meaning I got to work at it. And just like everything else, that took me 5 years to the point where I can shoot an 82 or I can break 80 and shoot in the 70s. And I should have shot in the 70s yesterday, but I missed a couple putts. The concept then is figuring out, evolving, evolution, figuring out what it is you like to do, what don't you like to do. And then the big picture thing, and this is what we're getting into, this is the ILD life. It's not about not working. And I know I lost some people because of that when I started telling people, look, you got to work, because people look at what I do and say, you play golf every day. Yeah, but I still work, right? There's still a lot of work here, a lot of creative work, a lot of mental work. But at the end of the day, not only am I working, but I'm doing what I love. And that's what I want to do. That's my dream, is that you plug into our platform, you go in and you go, okay, I'm looking for ideas. I need the coaching. I need somebody that's been there, which I have, or somebody in our community that's been there. How do I do this? And how can we jump that chasm from a 5 to 10 year build to a 2-year build? And to build wealth based on what you love, where you never retire. You can take that word out of your vocabulary. I will never retire from this. I'm writing new books now. I'm putting new things together to help you. Why would I ever retire from this? I absolutely love it more than anything in my life to see you be successful. And now golf is throwing money towards me. Golf is unbelievable how things are starting to work, because that is one of my passions. It's bringing me, I'm coaching 4 golf professionals now. It's just amazing how this works metaphysically and practically. And I think the new book that we're coming out with, which will have Get It Out of Neutral in it, is really going to be special. And I got to tell you something that's crazy. I was down in my mom's basement and I found 2 boxes of 36 books of the original Get It Out of Neutral with the signed paper in it. Remember, I got 200 of those. So there was only 200 of those with the special inlay, and I know that's going to be a collector's thing. So I was so excited. So I got to figure out how to get them back home. I found about 150 of the original Get It Out of Neutrals, and what I'm going to do is use those for some type of promotion or give them to our ILD people, whatever. I will figure it out, but I'm excited about those books because there's not many of them out there, and the new book is going to contain the contents, but it's going to talk about what happened through those years. It's exciting. I got to tell you, life is amazing. Just keep working. We're going to keep bringing you the resources. I'm apologizing that we are going to change the feed sometime in the next couple weeks, and it just is what it is, because it'll never change again, knock on wood, because everything then is going to be in Kajabi. No more Glow, no more Libsyn, no more Entreport, no more Infusionsoft, no more a million of these different things, but we are in one system, one platform. Everything is operated from there. You can change your credit card, your membership information. You can get all your information. The vault's in there, all of our courses, everything It is an exciting time for me. It's a dream come true, and I appreciate you living this dream with me. So get out there, have a great Saturday. I love you, I do. And I'll be back with you tomorrow on Sunday to keep you going, as we're going to talk about your personal connection with God. Kind of a deep day, but I just want to go through that a little bit so that you connect and you have your things going on that you need to in your life, especially on the spiritual side. But today, what do you got to do? Go out and understand that half of life is knowing what not to do, what you don't want. Okay, I love you. Go do it to it. I'll see you here tomorrow. Go have a fantastic day.